What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. It's just Rhonda. Happy hump day. Today's Wednesday. This week's hump ain't as humpy as last week's hump, but it's still a hump. I'm trying to work my way over the damn hump. We here now, trying to get over this Beverly Hills hump. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is season 14, episode 9. You know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into it. Kyle, she's an empty nester over here. She walk around this big old house by her damn self. So she's lonely. Portia spent the night with her father. So, you know what? Mauricio is probably over there with his fun, self, because he knows how to do all the things that Kyle doesn't know how to do. So they're having fun over at Dad's house. And Kyle, as the mom, is over here in this big ass house by herself. Portia seemingly accidentally mentioned that she's going to have lunch with the sisters. And I feel like the way she was stalling and stammering that maybe one of the sisters was there and was like, no, don't tell her. We don't want her to come, you know. Kyle must be an energy drainer right now because they're going through a separation, and the kids kind of probably don't want to get into any of that and none of those feelings and emotions. They can sit amongst themselves and discuss how they're feeling and the wrongs and the rights on both sides of things. So Kyle, they don't want you to come. They want to have a sister's lunch. They're not gonna call you later, so you're gonna have to find something to do. So what does she do? She FaceTimes Erica. Erica was like, look, I don't want to, you and Dorit need to work that shit out. And as far as all of us being in the middle of it, I don't like it. Whatever you and Dorit come up with needs to be between you and Dorit. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day, Erica. Like, left Kyle like with that shit. Don't call me about that anymore. And it has to be exhausting when you're in the middle of two friends that are not, necessarily getting along. And you ain't trying to take nobody's side. Right now, Kyle did a wrong thing. And rather than admit that she did a wrong thing, she keeps trying to collect allies to, back up her bullshit. And other people are like, girl, we like you and everything. And you normally move with whatever types of integrity you move with. But right now, we're not standing behind this shit because I wouldn't like it. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like Dorit should like it. That's pretty much where everybody is. Dorit and Bo's meets up. And of course, here we are once again talking about Dorit and her marital situation. Because other than that, I guess we don't have nothing else going on. And her friendship with Kyle, which Bose has seemed to embed herself quite deeply in between of. She should have just stayed on Erica Jane's chair over there and been like, let them figure that out. I don't even know these ladies like that. Now she could be a listening ear to Dorit. The way Kyle, if somebody new meets you and they find out you was texting their ex-husband, husband, or whatever behind their back, they automatically gonna be looking at you with the side eye. I know I would. I'd be like, okay, duly noted. These are the types of things this lady does over here. So I'm not trying to let her up in my space too much like that. Bose is trying to understand why Kyle says she didn't know anything about what was going on with Dorit. She thinks she's lying. And I don't think she's lying. I think I think Kyle knows some things, and I think people in relationships, especially when they're going through things, work very hard to make sure things look okay. You know what I'm saying? So while PK was over there being a drunken, belligerent, angry monster, Dorit was over here trying to pretend like it wasn't all that bad. It was, and we're not getting along. We've had some bumps and, along the way, regular marital stuff, but nobody really knew that they was like this, get ready to separate. She said she didn't even know until PK told her. He was over there with his sponsor, and I was like, the sponsor for the alcoholism? Who is the sponsor? The sponsor told PK that he thinks it's a good idea that they separate. And she said she didn't know if it came from PK or from the sponsor. And she still don't know. Well, you should ask him. I feel like a PK, I think he's down. I think he's having a good time, but I think that's also weird. Like, what is the sponsor? Does everybody have a sponsor? I don't have one. Is this something I need to look into? What do you I'm guessing it's his alcohol, sponsor. Maybe his sponsor needs to, not try to lean over into marriage counseling and keep it as what he's supposed to be or she. We don't know. They. So Kyle plans this dinner with Garcelle and Sutton and Erica the day before Garcelle is having a little get together at her home, her beach home. She's invited the ladies over to her beach home, but and Kyle wants to pull everybody together for a quick little powwow before then. And they're confused because they're like, why can't we just do it, tomorrow when we all see each other? So Garcelle arrives. It's a nice little restaurant, and she sits down, and Kylie immediately starts talking about her meltdown over this text and how she felt like Garcelle had no business going over to tell Bose nothing about that text in the first place. And Garcelle's like, you read it to everybody. I didn't know if it was going to be a thing. Girl, you knew when you pulled out them text messages that this was about to be a conversation. She is not dumb. Kyle said, I've had my marriage scrutinized. And I was like, yeah, because Mauricio's fine. And the people have been saying Mauricio was fine since you brought him over here. And so the streets said Mauricio be out in the streets. I have not seen him, nor do I know anyone who has. So I'm not going to say what Mauricio was over here doing. But yeah, I feel like everybody's relationship is scrutinized, though, Kyle. That's not just a thing over there with just you. She said her sexuality was scrutinized. Well, Kyle, you came last season with this girl that wasn't your daughter. Now you're not hanging out with this girl who's the same age as your daughters. And by the way, you're not hanging out with her no more. Now you want your daughters to come have lunch with you. Well, they don't want to now. You brought this girl Morgan over here. Now you can't even say her name. And it was implied y'all getting tattoos together and giggling and all kinds of shit. You was up in the ladies' video. You was given a little lesbiana tease over there, Kyle. So it wasn't necessarily scrutinized, but you did bring it to the public. So it was maybe, I don't know, inquired upon, Kyle. You said now your character is being questioned. Well, don't be texting people's husbands and then that won't, IDGAF. If it's just a meme, Kyle, it just seems inappropriate. And then you're not gonna get nobody to stand behind that. So there's that. Erica and Sutton arrive, and Sutton sits down. She got her little sparkly crop top. She said she was channeling Erica Jane, and she sat down and said, Kyle, so why are we here? We get right to see you tomorrow. What is you summoning us for dinner for? Sutton thinks that Kyle is trying to collect allies, get people on her side before she have to go sit in front of the rest of the girls. That's what she's doing. She's trying to one more time plead this stupid story and making herself look crazy. Kyle says she wants to apologize. That's why we're here. Sutton wants to know why we're here. Kyle wants to apologize, not to Bose for stomping out of her house like that, not to Dorit for text messaging her husband. I mean, at the end of the day, Kyle, clearly it bothers her. So you should have started with, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that because we've always done that, and I didn't even think about how you might have felt. So you know what? And now that I know it bothers you, this won't ever happen again. But you didn't do that. You keep on defending your memes. He's sending me funny memes. Girl, ain't shit funny. And you said out of your own mouth, when you found out about the separation, you did reach out to PK. You did reach out to PK, but you did not reach out to Dorit. So, Kyle, your character needs questioning. Just saying, based on the way you're moving. I don't know what she's apologizing to these three for, but here we are. Kyle says she stands by what she said, and she feels exactly how she said she felt. But she feels bad for how she acted. You almost got to sit down and read that and analyze it. So what I came up with is you're not sorry. I stand by what I said, and I still feel how I felt. So then what the hell? Then act how you want to act. Shit. Sutton said, all those words are confusing. And so now, girl, what are you sorry for? This scene gave me life. Sutton gets on my last nerve, but then she entertains me all at the same time. Because I was thinking the same thing. Like while Sutton was making that face, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, so then you're not sorry. That's the bottom line, Kyle. Why you called us all the way over here to dinner so we could talk about how you're not sorry for what you did the last time we seen you when you could have just told us that tomorrow because we already plan on seeing each other. I'm wasting an outfit. Kyle says she apologizes for yelling, even though she didn't do anything wrong. She's the worst apologizer of all time. Sutton is like, okay, listen, I'm gonna need a recap. So Sutton said, so what do you think you said? And after a lot of stimmering and stammering, Kyle said, well, I said a lot of things. And you know what Sutton said?
Name them. Name them. Name them.
That what?
Name them.
Not having.
Name
Well,
Name them.
Kyle said this is her apology, and she gonna say it how she want to say it. So Sutton is not about to tell her how she's supposed to say, I ain't really sorry, but I guess I'm sorry. Garcelle's sitting there laughing and eating her food. She's entertained. I'm entertained, and I'm guessing Erica Jane is slightly entertained at some point. She knows Sutton is a Fruit Loop. So since we're supposed to go over to Garcelle's beach house and it's far, they decide to meet up at Kyle's house where they can all get in their black cars and drive right over there together. Everybody arrived together. Um, Bose came in. Kyle, I guess, was done apologizing from last night, so she didn't say, Bose, you know what? Before we get in this car, I just want to apologize for stomping off from your house the last time you invited me over, took my slippers and things, and didn't come back. She didn't do that. And Bose was like, girl, so you ain't sorry? Like, no, she's not. And she'll sit up here and give you a whole speech about how she's standing in her shit, but she apologized for not being sorry or something. Dorit gets there, and here we go. We got to hear about her divorce situation. So she's got a full room that she wants to let them all know that the little boy asked her if her and her husband are getting a divorce. And she said he saw it on Instagram post. Yeah. So maybe if you don't want your kids to know that you're not together anymore, you won't make those types of announcements on Instagram. Don't they have iPads and phones and things? And go to school with children with all those devices? She said, so Dorit said that her son asked if her and his dad, y'all are going to still be best friends, right? And Sutton goes, speaking of best friends, like, it is time to go. My best friend says she don't want none of that bullshit drama. She wants everything to be fun over there. So we need to get in the car because it takes a long time. In the middle of why I was so rudely interrupted, this is Dorit, because she still wants to tell her story. Sonny was like, you're going to have to tell that story in the car, where half of us are separated and we don't have to listen to you talk anymore. We're about to head out to Malibu. Man, this lady is entertaining. I think I would like her on TV, but I don't think I could deal with her in my real life. I don't know how Garcelle does that. Anyway. They get to Garcelle's beautiful beach home, and she's sitting out there waiting for them, and they all host a nice party now. Garcelle provided loungewear for them to get comfy in, and I feel like it was nice. Nobody had any issues to read when Bose was your best friend was over there handing out slippers and things. And you get a little pair of pajamas that you can take home with you from the party, and they look like comfy pajamas. Kyle, you had no reason to be being sexy over there while Mauricio is gone. You can lounge around in your pajamas. Dorit, PK ain't home, girl. You might as well lounge around in your pajamas. But Dorit says she put a lot of effort in this outfit that she wore over there that I don't even remember what it was. But I do remember her pajamas. So Dorit, put the freaking pajamas on. Stop being ungrateful. Tilly brought Garcelle a Dolce & Gabbana toaster. And when I tell you, I'm not a label whore, but if I had a Dolce & Gabbana toaster, wouldn't be making no toast in it. It would just sit there lovely on my counter, and you might catch a, hand sliced off. You try to put something inside my Dolce & Gabbana toaster. These are the kind of things that you bring people that they wouldn't buy for themselves. Unless you're Tony Braxton, and then you'd be over there bankrupt. That was out of nowhere. Anyway, these Beverly Hills ladies, they know how to have a good little beach setup. Beautiful flowers, beautiful table, beautiful little lounge area, and of course the bartender, so we can get the cocktails moving. You can't Karen Huger didn't see nobody driving. Everybody got a car. Just have to bring that up. Dorit and Kyle sit down. And I hope that we don't have to have this conversation any more times. There was no information said in this conversation that we hadn't already heard. And I still don't think Kyle really apologized the way she should have. At the end of the day, she has concluded, I guess, that she will no longer be texting this man because his wife doesn't like it. She defending that bullshit down to the sand, though, girl. She don't want us to ever misunderstand the fact that it was just funny memes and nothing inappropriate. And we'll never get her to understand how it ain't about what you were sending, it's the disrespect behind it. Big back Becky with the bleach blonde hair. Trigger. Kyle thinks women need to stick together. I mean, I guess if they, y'all keep saying girls, girls and stuff, and I guess I don't, right is right and wrong is wrong. That's it, that's all. Girls, boys, boy. Then they play this cute little game, like about how much money would it take for you to have sex with someone, $1 million. Would you let your partner do it? $20 million. Everybody agrees that they didn't have sex for far less than that. So Erica Jane said $1 million ain't that much these days, and she ain't about to do it for $1 million. I bet she do. I bet she would while she over there trying to redecorate her house that she renting. Hell, she just like me. I just don't have all the lovely things in my closet, not like she does. I would sell that shit and leave California, buy me a house somewhere that I could afford. Might have to be a transplant. Come to Beverly Hills with an Airbnb while I'm filming this damn show. Erica Jane. Invest your money somewhere other than Beverly Hills. Then you have a go-to home. Maybe she did that already. I'm just saying. I'm thinking of what I would do with the money if I had it. They all start discussing their vision of love. Erica Jane is pretty cold, child. She says she ain't had no love. She ain't never loved. I think she may have, I'm not sure, may have loved the baby daddy. And he was probably toxic. I didn't read her book. Then she got over here with the sugar daddy. And that wasn't that kind of love. According to her, at this point, she's 50 something and she's jaded. And so the kind of love she's talking about, it done passed her by. That's the kind of love you have when you're 22, Erica Jane. After dinner, the ladies, Garcelle has the ladies, they all have a lantern and they're supposed to light their lantern and make a wish or whatever it is you do on the beach with the lantern. But today's not the best lantern day because it's very windy. And so the ladies are all wrapped in blankets because, it's cute when the sun is up and then when the sun starts going down, the shit change a little bit real quick. And now there's lanterns blowing all up and down the beach. So whatever they were going to wish for that day, they're going to have to save it for a different day. But I feel like all these ladies have made a lantern wish at some point in time or another. They didn't show what's supposed to happen on the next episode, but we did get a little pre-season look into what all the drama is going to be. And it looks juicy. I'm hoping that this trailer wasn't the best part of whatever is coming. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to that. In the meantime, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.